Let's
Yeah.
let's boogie
All right,
with a
we're
Z.
boogieing. Yeah, right. You said what's working on my end and what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm seeing low ticket and high ticket from like the conversions and KPIs, not the dollars, but the conversions KPI. They look and act the same. So if I remove the dollars, it's still
Okay.
the same number of conversations to a
Yep.
close, right?
Yep.
It's just that with the low ticket, I get to be less hyper aggressive. With
Okay.
high ticket,
Yep.
I'm having to like say, be a fucking man, invest in yourself, fucking do it, like that type of shit, right?
Yeah, like the
Um,
hard close, right?
correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And not that one is necessarily better than the other. It's just like what culture like you're trying to like jive with or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm from my end with low ticket stuff since we launched on December 25th, fucking on Christmas, right? Like, which is
Yep.
probably the worst time to fucking launch low ticket. But if it's gonna work then, it'll work all year long, right?
Yeah.
So far, let me fucking look at the numbers, right? I'm not gonna share the screen, but let's just
Yeah.
see so I don't get egg on my face, right? Um, I'm going to take a look at this. So from GHL,
Okay.
I've had 336 buyers come in at the low ticket, right?
Okay.
So that's about like 10 or so a day, sometimes 15 a day. And that, by the way, is with me fucking up the last 3 or 4 days because it was like, let's do like 10 split tests all fucking once, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
So that number should be higher, but whatever. And then of the 336, there have been 22, 23, 24 people pay $97 to do a one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
I think the reason why that works is because the marketing message on the low ticket is very, very simple.
Yeah.
It's not like a dramatic transformation. It's not like I'm trying to overwhelm you. It's like, it's a simple thing. Cool. Like, let's talk about, accountability or coaching or something like that.
Yeah.
And then of those people, a grand total of 26 people upgraded to monthly of 297.
What,
Right?
what are your offers right now? Because I know we made some switches and changes, and one of the things that you even mentioned with my stuff too, and we can talk about this kind of later in the conversation. But I know for you, you are what I love about you is you're not afraid to test, right? You're like let's make it's $7, $20, $50, like because I think everybody's so caught up in this like it has to be this price and then this bump and then this bump and this bump. And for you, one of the things that I've always paid attention to is just your ability to change things with speed. So I
Yeah.
think for you, what have you been seeing working, Jeff, as far as like the price points? Because a lot of people with that intro price point of like what is enough to get them in for it to make sense and kind of that natural
Yeah.
progression,
So
right?
I've got a client that I cannot name. He paid me 10K for 90 days, and
Yep.
he's running a low ticket right now for 27 bucks.
Yeah.
He was seeing cost per acquisition of like $150 to get a $27 sale. So he's losing 80 bucks, right? Now the argument is like, well, I'm paying $80 for a customer or something like that, right?
Correct.
The
Yeah.
problem though is those $80 costs per customers are going, I'm not done with your course. I'm not
Yeah.
finished yet, right? I'm not ready to upgrade, that type of stuff, right? So it almost didn't matter what that guy was spending or charging. What mattered was the end result of his digital product, whatever we
Right.
want to call it, which was leading to the I'm not ready yet. I think whether I charge $7, $10, $12, or 30 bucks, I'm not optimizing for the cost per acquisition, right? I fucked it up a lot. I'm optimizing for the sales conversation or even the high ticket. Because when I'm doing that, the conversation is always going to be like, yo, man, what's next? This.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do, right? So it could be $7. That works for me. I've done $2.70. I've done 97.27 across the fucking board. And whether you charge a little bit or a lot, I've seen a lot of people get stuck with this like high ticket thinking on their low ticket where they got to give so much that a value is and price is made and all that, right?
And I want to stop you there real quick because I think even for me, I've played around with different low ticket stuff, and the one problem that I've had and why I've been so resistant for it for such a long time is I almost feel like I'm making it harder than it needs to be. Like I'm trying to give too much value for 27 or 47.
Yeah.
Like nobody fucking cares. It's a $27 product. It's a $4. Can you help me do one thing? Like,
That's it.
Can you help me install a Facebook Pixel? Cool, $27, right?
Yes.
$27, whatever it is.
That's it.
Not like,
Yeah.
hey, here's everything. So, one thing
Yeah.
that I'm going to do over the next couple of weeks is like, we spend, because it's funny, your numbers that you said are very close to where I'm at for a $27 product of like $80 to $100. But if it's too much because we're giving so much value in that 27 that people are like, oh, Will, like, thanks, this is incredible. So then getting them from 27 to the next thing is obviously right
impossible.
So I'm just gonna watch more of the stuff that you put together, right?
Right.
So there's that gap of you're giving too much.
Correct, right? Which is again that like high ticket thing where like you're overcommitting, you're stepping up, you're chugging energy drinks, like fucking let's go, push the envelope, like that type of shit, right? Like the low ticket thing feels more like of all the things I could get, what's the right appetizer? Yeah. And an appetizer's job is not to make you full.
Yeah.
An appetizer's job is not to have you taste everything. It's just the one thing that makes you hungry for the next thing. That's it. So it took a lot of rewiring or separating my brain because I still run both models, right? Yeah. You want to do low ticket? That's cool. They want to do high ticket? That's cool. We got a high ticket client coming on board. We got low ticket clients on board. But the biggest challenge is when we're talking to somebody who's used to giving so much and now saying you're going to give too little.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a fucking shock to the brain. Like it doesn't fit with the culture.
Well, here's what I would share with you on, Jeff, though, is like, the same thing with high ticket, though. Even though I don't know why we don't tie them together. Think about a high ticket offer. What do people want? They just want the result, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So a lot of times when we offer these high ticket coaching programs, we actually give too much stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And for even in my coaching program right now, I'm looking at how do I simplify my entire business that gets them from point A to point Z or point whatever it is as quickly as possible with less stuff. Right.
Yep.
So the same thing with a low ticket model. It's necessarily no different. How do I get you one micro win or one micro result with watching the least amount of things or getting the least amount of products? So whether that's a Google Doc, whether it's a video, whatever that is, it's just one thing that solves one problem at that time.
Yes.
Right.
That was the mistake I think I made the first like 3-4 years of my marketing journey. It's like I had the Inner Circle program and there must have been like 500 hours. And I'm like, that all that did, by the way, was cause more people to ask me more questions.
Yeah.
Right. Which made me re-record more content. It just fucking spun up. Like as I rework my course area or encyclopedia or bookshelf, right? I think I could get low ticket and high ticket down to like 3 Google Docs that are like 2 pages each. That's it. The targeting, run the shit. And that makes me as a provider of the service so fucking happy. And it makes me a consumer of the service so fucking happy because there's less stuff for me to read and I can take more action and do and get the intended results faster. Right. Yeah. I think that has been the mistake I've made in this like overconsumption world where YouTube incentivizes like 8-hour videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Right. Like, I'm not going to fucking watch that shit. When I'm looking for an answer, I get pissed when the video is longer than 30 seconds. I go, just fucking show me the button.
I skip through. I mean, I'm not any different.
Right. So as I rework my product, my offer, my market fit, like what people want, I'm realizing I need to cut my course area by like 99%.
Yeah.
And probably not even have one. Like if I start with don't have one, if I start at 0, then we can build it. If I start from here, it feels like I'm going to start with like don't have one.
Yeah.
Right. If we start with that and then we can build correctly. And when I talked to the guy earlier today that just came on for a 10K for 90 days. And he's like, I'm not doing a course. I'm like, great. I don't fucking have one.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. Right.
Well, people, because of the high ticket coaching space and because everybody wants to get their time back, they think, well, if I just have more modules and can boggle people down with more shit, then I don't have to coach them, which actually is the complete opposite because then more people have more questions because there's more shit for you to watch. Right.
Correct.
So for me, one thing that I realized is like, instead of me building more stuff, why don't I hire more people? Right. So for me, the thought processes that I'm having recently is that instead of me building more videos and modules and everything to do all this stuff, what if I had a better team, right? That, kind of way back in the old, like you have specific people for specific things, that are independent contractors or whatever that work for you, that work for other companies and other coaches, but their specialty is this, right? They
Yeah.
have one coaching call a week or whatever it is. They provide questions on that, and that's it. The course content is very simple. It talks about offer creation, talks about sales, talks about a simple process for lead gen, and that's it. There's not any other module. So if I have, let's say Pop, right? Pop is the only guy on sales. I have somebody that is Instagram content. I have somebody that's ads. There's 3 to 4 coaching calls a week, and there's like 6 modules, and that's the program.
Yeah. I think that process makes it easier to have clients that make progress.
Yeah. Because what do they want? They don't want, like 90% of clients that come to you like, hey, Jeff, I don't want to watch another video. I don't want to watch another module, right?
Yeah.
But if they had a coaching call specifically for the problem that they had, right, whatever it is, like Pop has a call right now for sales, I'm getting on that call, right?
Yeah.
And I can whatever the questions I have, I'm going to get answered, and I'm going to go implement versus watching 6 hours of Pop's objection handling video or whatever it is, right? It's just like, how can I build a team of A players in what they do that it's kind of a full, that's just my thought process now. Because like I brought on a new CSM probably last month, and she actually worked for another fitness business mentor for 2 years. So bringing her on was, I said, you do your thing. I don't need to tell you how to do it, right? And she's amazing at what she does, right? So I didn't have to coach her. I didn't have to do anything. Just here's the clients. You already know what to do. Just do stuff. And she's speeding up the entire process more than I ever could of making more videos and more modules or anything it is. Yeah. So for me, the thing that I'm looking at is like, okay, if I can have a team of, let's say 4 people or 5 people that are all bought into the bigger vision, I have to create less content. The clients get better results. The retention is higher. The referrals are high. Like everybody wins, right? So more stuff. Does that make sense?
So the emphasis and the value and the dollars are not on the course that nobody watches, but instead of the coaching that they consume.
Correct.
Now, the counterpoint is that I got to pay coaches, but you know what happens when you pay fucking coaches? They get a percentage. They're happier. Clients get better results. Yeah. What happens when I have to record courses? I fucking hate it, and it comes out in the video, and then I got to re-record that shit in 3 months anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
So with coaches, you can coach in real time. You know what I'm saying? That things that worked 6 months ago might not be working right now. But if you have a coach, so perfect example, 2 of my support coaches are fitness coaches that do 7 figures. So do you think you want to get on a coaching call with somebody who's in the space doing what you're doing, who's making 7 figures? Because most fitness business coaches usually have some dude who was a failed fitness coach who's now coaching me on how to scale my business. And I said, that makes no sense. Why don't I just get some of my most successful clients and have them coach? I pay them, plus I help them too. And it's a win-win. Right?
I dig it. I think that is a significant material shift in direction of how coaching businesses are built. Because maybe we've accidentally been running a course business.
Yeah, we have.
Right? So it's a course business.
Us being the CEO, just putting out fires. Right?
Fuck.
Here's a course. So we're like old school Dan Henry for your 2K fucking 997 webinar, except now that we're just putting out all the fires of the bullshit.
Correct. So we've accidentally been running a course business with a little bit of coaching. Now we need to be running a coaching business with a little bit of course.
Correct. And I don't think a lot of people have done, I haven't seen a lot of people do it this, and to me, it makes the most sense. Like, because at the end of the day too, like we go way back, you've been part of other coaching programs where you're a piece of the bigger picture.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
But people resonate to different people. Like people might show up on your calls more than they might show up on somebody else's call, but you're still part of the main program. So I think there's different personalities that align with different coaches that you kind of hit everything all in one.
So does that mean that when I bring on a coach, is that function materially different than a CSM?
Yes and no. That's a good question. So for me, when I think of a CSM, I think of touch points, right? Okay. I think of a CSM as somebody that is kind of just doing daily touch points of like red, yellow, green of like where you're at in the process, like old school, whether you're using Slack or Asana, like elevating things of like shit's broken, you know, whatever, like fix it. When I think of coaches, I think that your job is to do one thing, and that is your expertise. So for example, if I brought you into my business, you don't do anything besides talk about ads, and that is your entire thing. If there's anything that you your superpower is ads. So like anything that you think would be valuable about ads that you're doing, you just share to the group. You have your coaching call a week, and we have a section that if it's a question about ads, you answer it. And that's it. And then you go do whatever business you're doing elsewhere or whatever it is, but that's it. Right. And then the beauty of that too is, here's the thing. As long as there's a mutual agreement, if somebody does want, let's say, you know, part of what we offer, Jeff, is like done with you ads. If somebody's like, I fucking love Jeff, I want coaching, I want more of Jeff, then we have an agreement that they can hire you independently to go do done for you or whatever it is. Yeah. Right. So it's a win-win for everybody. And, you know, I actually used to do that with a bunch of mindset stuff, Jeff, where as long as the mindset coach had a conversation with me that's like, this person wants more. And I said, as long as they're paying me for the main program or paid for it, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You know, as long as there's no funny business, everything is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because then you're more incentivized that you're coming in and getting.
Correct. You'll get somebody who's like, yeah, you know, I'll make X dollars per hour or week or something like that. Yeah. But I also know some way, somehow, once a month or once every 2 months, somebody's going to like throw some cash, so that like incentivizes something or another, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with the course with a little bit of coaching, right? So a course is like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, right?
Yeah.
Watch you 60 minutes, 90 minutes. You got like a group call, all that stuff, right? Yeah. What is the equivalent of progress in the opposite business that is a little bit of course and a lot of coaching, right? Like what is that week 1, week 2? What are those steps? What does that process look like? Because I'm assuming that the CSM's job is to like, you need to keep making progress, right? But what is that progress? What is that workout plan?
So I think it depends. One of the first videos that we have in our environment, Jeff, that I think is really important is expectations from the beginning based off certain financial markers every month. So the way that I've laid it out for my business is that, hey, if you're under 10K, these are the specific videos that you should be watching and the things that you should be focusing on. If you're above that, this is this, but above that, this is this. Because we have clients in our community that are brand new. We have clients that are doing $200,000 a month. Like that's a big gap in between. So I think as far as progress is really the client success manager's job of just being able to figure out what the bottleneck is. It's not, you can have a layout of the income, whether that be 0 to 10, 10 to 30, 30 to 50, whatever it is. But I think the client success manager's job is to do one thing, and that is to really understand your business of where the bottleneck is. So whether that is the lead gen, whether that is content, whether that is sales, and support you on that. So I don't think there's like a linear thing, because you understand this. There's going to be different bottlenecks at different time periods, that it's not necessarily linear. It's, okay, here's where you're at right now. Here's what I'm seeing. And then here's your bottleneck. Go fix that bottleneck and then fix the next. But, you know, there's just always continuous bottlenecks. I don't think it's so much linear as people would think it is.
So it's more like, hey, this is my shaman guide. This is my mountaineer as I go on this journey. And as I have conversations with this CSM, they're going to say, yo, man, this is your problem. Go talk to the specialist. Like a general doctor type of thing, right?
And to me, that makes the most sense. Like if you're a client success manager, goes, your ads suck. And they're like, okay, I'll go talk to Jeff. I'll show up on more of Jeff's coaching calls. And then the client success manager is just directing to the expert, which is already part of the community, which makes it, I don't know, because Jeff, if I look at, you know, we've been in this space for, I don't know, 8 to 10 years, and 80 to 90% of my most successful clients don't watch, they don't watch all of my videos. Like they blatantly tell me, Will, I don't watch your modules. Yeah. And I go, what the fuck am I building them for? And they're like, that's a great question. They're like, I just want you to tell me the thing or tell me whatever. It's speed. So if I'm not doing that, if it's a specific question about thing, right? Oh, go
Yeah.
talk to Jeff, go talk to Katie, go talk to Becca, go talk to Timmy, whoever it is, right? Then it just, I feel, and what I've seen, the process will just speed things up 10 times quicker.
Yeah. Which means you can go to market faster and prescribe problems and solutions a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So does that mean a coaching business with a little bit of courses is like, hey, I'm your CSM. My job is to understand your bottlenecks, make sure you fill out your fucking KPI sheet,
Yep.
and then direct you to one of the 5 coaching calls that only solves your specific problem so you can make more money faster.
Yeah. Because here's the truth too. Why do you want to be on 5 to 6 coaching calls every single week if that's not your specific bottleneck right now?
Right. And then what happens is when we're selling this thing, we're going, look at all the value, look at all the coaching calls. So there's this like obligation to like get my money's worth and show up to calls that I don't like, which makes me resentful. Something that I paid for that I don't fucking want.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, because that happens, people are like, well, I'm on a coaching call, but I don't really need to be on that coaching call because it doesn't really, it doesn't serve me. Like we have ads coaching calls, but some people aren't running ads yet. Right.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know why I'm going to show up on a coach. It's because that is an hour or an hour and a half, whatever the time period is that you could be focusing on the bottleneck that you need to fix.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't know. This is my belief as far as the shift going into 2025 is too many people are selling a course and putting out fires, and versus too many people need to have a coaching program and then have kind of a course as like a side thing.
Yeah.
Because think about this, Jeff, anytime that you start a brand new business, right? Brand new business, you don't have anything. How do you sell that?
Damn. Right. So if I have a brand new business, the way I sell it is by sending a fuck ton of emails, DMs, and having conversations. And somebody says, all right, fine, I'll exchange money for your end result.
Correct. And let me guess, do you have anything built yet?
No, which is the most exciting part. Yeah.
So here's the process is that, dude, we've been doing this for years, old school buy before you build, right? So anytime I've ever started a coaching business in any capacity, I said, pay me fucking money and then I'll go figure it out or I'll go build it. I'll go do it. Versus 90% of people are like, I'm going to build this thing, this course, this website, and then they get fucking crickets. So
and then they get angry that they didn't get the response from the marketplace, knowing that they built their fucking garage, not talking to anybody.
So for me, I'm like, okay, pay me a little bit of money. I'll figure it out. And then I'm going to charge more money because now I have social proof. This is like the old school agency of like what is it like? Hey, I'm testing this out. I'm a new agency. What was that old, I'm talking about?
Curious student. Yeah. Curious student.
Right? It's the same philosophy. Like you have the skills, you have the knowledge. The problem is everybody thinks that it needs to be in a course because it saves you time. Yeah. Well, yes, it does. But for me, why don't I just get people to do things for me? And instead of me building it or doing it, I'll have fucking Jeff build it or do it.
Of course.
And then go there, right?
Okay. All right. So let's do this.
Yep.
In the spirit of a coaching business that is supported by minimal courses.
Yeah.
What is in the course?
So what's in the course? $1 million question. What I would tell you is I think there's a framework of expectations of what the course provides, right? So basically like what you're getting as far as an overview. I think obviously like what the coach's specialties are. And then I think just the 4 foundations, which would be a basic offer. It'd be very rudimentary or elementary stuff, right? Yeah. Which is going to be offer, sales, marketing, but at a very low level. Yeah. And or primary. Honestly, or it could be at a high level, but honestly, you as the quote unquote CEO aren't going to be the one that's building it. Essentially, Jeff, the way that I would do it, and I'll call him out right now, Pop. I'm trying to get Pop to build out his own program. I said, Pop, you're really good at sales. Like, do your own thing. Yeah. So I'm having Pop make trainings for our program that Pop could make for his own program. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
So instead of me building out all this stuff that I don't want to talk about and I'm not quote unquote the expert at, why wouldn't I have the coach who's the expert in that offer that?
Yeah. I would imagine that, like, let's say somebody says, "All right, man, I'm going to give you 10 grand for 3 months." I'm in. Cool.
Yep.
And when I'm on those sales calls, we're
Yep.
talking about the end result, and usually we're talking about a ballpark of a series of steps. Sometimes,
Yep.
not always, right? But it's mostly like end result, right? So the person pays 10 grand for 3 months. You do an onboarding call. Is that onboarding call with the CSM? I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it should be with the CSM. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, and then the CSM says, "All right, cool. Here's the sheet that's going to rule your business for the next 90 days."
Yep.
Like your KPIs and all that. That's how I imagine that kind of works, where you have this like attendance or skill set or numbers conversation
Yep.
where you're like, "Damn, I fucking hate my personal trainer, but at least I'm skinny." Like that type of relationship, right?
Yeah.
They fill out all those charts and graphs, and then once a month you get a phone call saying, "Give me the fucking numbers, bro." And you're like, "Oh, right. Send me pictures of your food. I don't want to."
Yeah, it's accountability.
Yeah. Yeah. And then once every 2 weeks, you're spending like 15, 20 minutes on the phone.
Yeah.
You're just walking around saying, "What's the number one problem in your business? Why don't you tell me what's up?" And I will prescribe 2 or 3 videos and 2 or 3 coaching calls to open that bottleneck. Is that the whole fucking dance?
Yeah, dude, TNF used to do this years ago. And then I don't know what happened, but everybody got away from this model. So like way back in like 2017, 18, right? Like TNF days, like you had an onboarding call. You had a specific call with, I think it was like Max, whatever his name was at the time. He's the offer guy. You know what I'm saying? And then you had a call with, I think like back when Cole was working, Cole was the sales guy. So like, everything was specific. Like their course was like 8 modules. It was 10 modules. It wasn't anything crazy, right? Yeah. It was more so the coaches. And somewhere, somehow, over the years, everybody's tried to kind of get their time back, which I understand, but they've done it in a way that it's just a bunch of shit videos. And let's be real, everybody's repurposing the same bullshit videos, the same, whatever it is, and nobody's really coaching anymore.
Yeah. And besides, when I'm buying the stuff, I don't want to fucking watch a 2-hour-long video. I'm like, let me just talk to the guy for 20 minutes. Yeah. And I got to fight him on it. Like, this is what I fucking paid for, dude. Yeah. Like, fuck you, right? Increase your hourly. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, they buy. You have the CSM, which is like more like orientation, KPI, stuff like that. Yeah. And then you have coaches that are paid. Are you paying your coaches hourly, a percentage of close? Is it assigned clients? Like, how does that look, and does that change?
Yeah, I think it's independent of each person. I think each person's business model is going to be uniquely different. For CSMs, what I've seen over most people's coaching business, it's usually a dollar amount per month per client, right? From a client success manager standpoint. For a specialty person, I think it's my opinion, and again, people will probably fight me on this. I think it's just a flat fee, a base per month, with the agreement that you have the opportunity to upsell if needed,
or and then share with the house or something.
Correct, something like that, where it's anywhere from 3 to 5 or 2 to 3K, whatever that price point is, in that 2 to 5K per month, whatever, I don't know. And it's not like you're doing anything outside of your thing. Your thing is just this. That's all you do. I don't need you to do extra support, extra coaching calls. We're not fucking doing team meetings or I don't need to do, hey guys, here's our 15-minute huddle of what you just do your fucking job. That's all you're doing is you focus on this area.
And that's very attractive to somebody who's very good at their job, because they don't want to do team meetings or team huddles. They don't want to be in the team Slack. Correct. They don't do any of that, right? They want to start and stop, and then I go do my other stuff.
Do your thing. So all you have to do, Jeff, is you show up in a school group or community group, whatever. If there's questions about ads in the section that says ads, you answer those every day or every other day. You show up to your one coaching call or whatever it is, and you make an extra 2 to 3 or 3 to 5K a month. That's it.
It's hard to say no to that.
Right?
Yeah. Especially when you get to like emotionally exit and say, all right, guys, I'm off hours.
Yeah,
right?
I just don't. You have one job. And then like my job isn't to micromanage you. I want you to do your thing. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the good thing about that too is you're honestly getting customer feedback of everything that's going on, right? Yeah. So if that's your specialty and that's what you do for your own coaching business, it's like, that's content for you. That's buyers. I mean, that's everything that you're understanding because you're doing it in real time.
Okay. All right. Here's another interesting one. So, if everybody can just draw like a Google fucking document with me, right? So we have our operations, right, of our coaching business that costs like, let's just say 10K for 3 months.
Yeah.
And we've got the sales call, we've got the CSM, whose job is to guide and be butt buddies for a while.
No.
And then you got the specialist, right? So that's like your operations, right?
Correct.
The way you get people into your operations, into the sales call, could be a direct ad on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube saying, yo, talk with us. It could be a low ticket where it's like, pay us and then pay us again. Either way, the success of a coaching business is almost always based upon its operations and its client results, not the duration and the girth and the lengthiness of their fucking course area.
Correct.
Right? At all.
I see so many coaches that are like, I have a 6-month or year-long offer. I'm like, what the fuck? Who wants to be part of your group for an entire year?
Correct, right? I think that was another mistake that I made. I was always tell like a year-long thing. And I'm having I'm having people happier at 3 months getting the same fucking result than a year.
4 months is a sweet spot for me, I found. Because 3 it sounds different than the 90-day bullshit of like, oh, it's another 90-day course. 4 months is kind of a sweet spot for me. Because I used to sell 6 months and year-long programs. I mean, I was selling year-long programs back in 2020 for $42,000 like clockwork. And it's a long time, right? Yeah. Is it going to take somebody a long time to build a 7-figure business who's at maybe 10? Yes, 100%. Yeah. But still, like getting somebody to commit for an entire year it is a long time, right?
And I can't even commit to something for 3 fucking months. All right. You see this gym body I have? Fucking nothing. Okay. I can't do a year, right? It's not going to work. Right. Yeah. So,
people hate commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. Why am I making
another way
commit?
to do it, Jeff, what I'm doing with a lot of my clients too, especially with people in the fitness industry, I don't know why fucking fitness coaches do this. A lot of fitness coaches sell their offer as this is the last thing you'll ever fucking need. Mm-hmm. Dumb. So, hey, Jeff, by the way, if you pay me for 90 days, this is going to be the last, nutrition, diet plan, fitness thing that you ever fucking need. Oh, and then you get to the end and you're like, I have nothing else to sell them. And you're like, well, no shit, because you promised this over the top, whatever. So I think for them, and even for most of the coaching businesses, is that you sell it in phases, So like what I do with a lot of the clients that I work with is I have them package what their expertise is in the phases. And even on the sales call, they sell it in phases of 2 phases at a time or 1 phase or whatever it is. That way you're kind of leading the prospect without having to sell an entire year, right? Yeah. So even if you come in for phase 1, which is 3 months or 4 months, I've already kind of led you into what phase 2 is. So you're already thinking about that going into the program versus what most people do in any coaching industry is they wait till literally the last fucking week of the entire program. And they're like, oh, by the way, do you want to recommit to my fucking, you're like, no, I don't. So I think if you break it down into phases of whatever that is, and even in the coaching business, okay, phase 1 it's a 90-day sprint and it's going to get you to 10K, right? Yeah. Phase 2 is, the next 90-day sprint, and that's gets you from 10 to 30. Right. And then at 30 to 100, and break it down from there.
Do you ever
go ahead?
Do you ever say it's the first phase, 0 to 90 days is a non-dollar event, like where you're going to get on 10 sales calls or refine your offer or something like that, or get ads live? Do you have something that's not a dollar metric or milestone?
Not in mine, but everybody's so fucking dollar driven.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just tough. As much as I would love to say no, everybody's so dollar driven. And I really don't believe it's that challenging to make your first 5 to 10. I just don't. I don't think it's that complicated for people to make their first 5 to 10. The people just aren't making offers. Like I don't know if you've seen, I have some clients that aren't in the fitness industry. I've been doing like business coaching. I had a coach, he's been in the game for, 3 years, 5 years, right? He's never been able to break past maybe like $20,000. Okay. Yep. He just did $30,000 this week.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop putting yourself in this fucking box that this is how it's supposed to be. This is like, because you're this type of coach, this is what you're supposed to do, right? I said, stop all that shit and make more offers and stop trying to put yourself. And he goes, okay. And he's getting 8K, 8K, like just like clockwork.
Yeah.
And it's just a simple
Yeah.
thing. So I think a lot of people are just so afraid to make offers that, again, I don't like to be dollar driven, but in the reality, that's what people want, is they want to see a return on their money. I get that. So I think if I can, how do I get them the quickest ROI? Okay, make more offers.
Okay, so let's do that as an example, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're talking to that guy and you go, the first phase is going to be 6 weeks. Let's just make up a number, right? Go from 0 to 10K. They're going to say, how? It's like, I'm going to show you how to make a boatload of offers.
Yeah.
He's going to say, okay, how do I make an offer? And let's just say you're on a sales call with this, right? Like that's his objection. How do you answer that? Do you say, here's how you make an offer? Or do you say, that's what our offer specialist is for?
I would normally say what that's our offer specialist for, that they would help you. And that's part of like the DSL that I was running. I made some switches, but that deck sales letter I had that I was running similar to what you sent me was, we'll help you package your offer in a way that you could sell it for anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 that people feel stupid saying no, right? Yeah. Or they want to throw their credit card at you or whatever it is. Because it really is. Like, for example, Jeff, I have a client, he works with Christian dads, okay? Mm-hmm. And he was a fitness coach for the longest time, helps Christian dads. And we restructured his offer in a way that focuses as far as like showing up for the family, showing up for the kid, being a better role model as a Christian dad. Yeah. And I think he's done 40,000 this month, maybe a little bit more. And honestly, I just said, stop fucking talking about fitness. I said, fitness is part of what you do, but if you're selling fitness, then you're just like a generic macro plan or whatever, everything else. So he made that switch, and just that alone was able to get his scale. And we just actually created a 9K offer for a year-long program for him. Yeah, that he's sold already, that we're selling already. So like,
okay, so if you already have results and you're not achieving your goals, it's probably because you're not talking about your thing in a way that makes sense to buy.
Correct. I mean, this is the conversations that you and I have about cold friendly messaging, right? It's necessarily no different. Everybody thinks that they have a lead gen. I love this. This is like a fucking tagline. You don't have a lead generation problem. You have an offer problem.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
And I think Cole talked about this like a month ago or 2 months ago. He was on an interview or podcast and I listened to it. And he's like, we were stuck at this. And he goes, I changed my fucking offer. Then we scaled to $1 million a month. And that was it. It is essentially, it's an offer problem. Because if your offer is good enough and it solves a specific problem to a specific client, people will pay. Yeah. And here's another thing, Jeff. So I launched new ads this morning that talk about what I do in a different angle. So the problem that I'm having with my business right now, not necessarily a problem, but an obstacle, is I actually do too much. So what happens is kind of like, how we were talking about earlier with a specialist, right? I have coaches inside of my community who have hired people specifically for sales before coming into my program. So even though Pop is probably one of the, is really good at what he does, before coming in, they already hired specifically somebody for sales. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the problem that I'm having with some of my prospects is that because we do so much, there's not necessarily clarity on what the problem is. So I said, fuck it. So I launched some ads this morning that are sales driven, talking about like how we'll help you improve your sales, because even though that's part of the bigger picture, I want to speak about that specific problem to that specific client. Because otherwise they come in, they're like, well, I need help with leads. And then you oversell them, which is actually hurting you. We're like, well, we have this sales process. And all. They're like, my sales is fine. I just need leads. And then you're backtracking, because then it sounds like you're overselling. And then does that make like.
And the fucking cycle continues.
Yeah, it's just an interesting. So I said, fuck it. I'm just going to break down my entire program and I'm going to market it in 3 to 4 different ways and see which client resonates with what.
So if you imagine what you're doing now is called angles or hooks, right? Yeah. So if you imagine your factory, right? Mm-hmm. Stuff happens in your factory and you're looking, you're saying, what are the ways I can talk about the stuff that's happening in my factory? And each of those becomes an ad. And then you're trying to figure out which one of those actually produces an ROI, it hits, talks to clients and all that. You'll find the reasons why people buy.
Yeah.
So I wonder if with those two clients in question, it sounds like they already had a working progress or a working offer, a working factory, something like that. And all you did was create hooks and different ways to communicate about what they're doing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. And then you just turned on ads, and then you're talking to an ideal client really fucking fast.
Yeah. I mean, the problem that I have is that like a lot of my ads that I run right now are very lead generation focused, right? Which helps,
Yeah.
but somebody that they're kind of just slightly different clients, different clients, different problems, because somebody that needs leads is going to be somebody different than probably somebody that needs help with, they're just different people, right?
Right. And even if they are the same person, they're coming in with different intentions.
Correct. So
Yeah,
I have to focus on what is the intention of why they're buying. And if I oversell the intention, then I actually do myself a disservice. Same thing with fitness clients. So with fitness clients, they're like, oh, dude, my workouts are dialed in. I just need help with fucking nutrition. Well, no, your entire fucking mindset is broken, but I can't tell you that, right?
Yeah.
So I have to market the intention of why you're buying. And then when you come into the program, you realize that everything else we do is probably fucking 10 times better than anything else you bought. But I have clients that before coming to me, were working with sales coaches, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, holy fuck, I didn't know you realized that you guys are really good at sales. But that's my fault, because the intention of how I'm marketing it is really good at ads, which we are, but I need to market another thing that we do. So I partnered with this guy. It's called we built an entire done for you white label GHL specifically for fitness coaches. It is the sexiest, like it does your trainerize, your macros, it's plug and play. Like it's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. I could just market that. Listen, you have too many clients that your systems are like, so there's 3 to 4 angles for me that I need to change the intention, that at the end of the day, you're still buying what we do, but it's different intentions.
So I'm going to give you an example of how true that is. So the last client I brought on board for the low ticket done for you.
Yep.
They want MRR. The one before that was, I want a lower cost per client acquisition than my current advertising setup.
Okay.
The next person said, I just want the free PR that comes with free customers. 3 different people, 3 different reasons, 3 all legitimate purchases.
Yeah.
Right. The first guy is currently doing $3,000 cost per client acquisition on his cold traffic. Okay. Right. Sells a 12K program, still fucking profitable. But he's like, as a good business owner, I need to figure out a way to lower this number. And it's not going to be from hiring better salespeople. We already got shit. I need a different way of working.
Yeah.
Right. The second one is like, I just want 10K to 20K a month MRR. And to do that, like your system does that. Cool. And the third guy is seeing my ad saying, do you want to see how I get free advertising, marketing, and PR every fucking day?
Yeah.
Right? Like those are all happening inside of my factory.
Yeah.
I need to take a 30,000 foot view. I needed to solve my elephant problem and take a step back, go on a fucking vacation for a bit, look at your factory and go, all this shit is happening. Yeah. Right? Let me market that stuff. And I think to our discredit, we've often only advertised client results.
Correct.
Like we just helped another client hit 100K a month, 200K a month, 300K. Doesn't everybody fucking want that?
Yeah.
Right? Obviously. Turns out, no, man. Some people don't buy because of the same reasons you're trying to sell, which is why offer testing, hooks, angles, words, copy smithing, all that shit. Every time I run a different ad, I talk to a different client. And what happens, by the way, sometimes we'll say my ad's not working. Go, your ad's fucking working. You just didn't want it to work this way.
Yeah.
You got on the phone with BizOp people because you said, here's how you hit 10K a month, buddy. That's what they fucking attract. That's different than saying, here's how you build a 75% margin business dominated by CSMs.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's 100% the intention. Because Jeff, I have tons of people that come to me, they're like, I just need help with ads. And I go, okay, what are you making right now? They're like, I'm making 5K a month. I go, God fucking.
Is it really ads? Is it really? Is it something else?
It's really about the ads, but I can't tell them it's not the ads because then I'm insulting their intelligence, right? Yeah. So it's a dance because everybody's like, oh, if I just had done for you ads, or if I had ads, I'd be able to scale my business. Well, no, your offer sucks because if you're not at $10,000 a month right now, even from organic, that tells me that your offer is just shitty. It's just it's just that's it. And nobody wants to admit that. And if I tell you that, guess what you're going to do? You're going to give me the middle finger and you're going to say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And then you're going to go hire an ads agency. No offense to anybody, but it's like, and then the ad agency doesn't know anything about your fucking business. Right. And then you pay an ad agency 8 to 10K. They get you leads, but oh my gosh, you never fixed the main problem, which was your fucking offer in the first place. And then you're complaining to the ad fucking agency that they're not getting you quality leads. And the ad agency is like, we are, but you suck at sales. And they're like, no, I don't. I'm great.
Right.
And it's just fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, like,
so it sounds like if you're sub 100K a month, your problem is an offer. Is that the real number? If you're under 100K a month, is it the offer?
I don't think.
Or is it?
I would say if you're under 100's high. 100's definitely more than an offer problem. I would say if you're under 10. If you're under 10, it's definitely an offer problem. You should be well above 10. And it depends on the offer. For fitness space, under 10. For coaching space, probably under 20 or 30, right? Yeah. So I think it's different because you think a fitness coach is selling a 15 to 3K versus a biz coach is probably like 5 to 10, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's different. If you're a business coach, probably under 30. If you're a fitness coach, probably under 10, I think is an offer problem. Because think about this, even if you sell, as a fitness coach, you get 10 people to pay you $500 for like some bullshit 8-week program. You just made 5K.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let's play with that. All right. So how would I talk about my 8-week $500 program? Would it be something like, if you are a retired firefighter and you're looking to get to your pre-academy weight, is it something like that? Is it you're trying to get more customers, but your leads are not converting? Is it that? Like, walk me through what that offer creation process looked like. And I say that because of Adam K. Bebe saying like, what was the offer? Oh my God, this is my fucking problem during my life. It sounds like it's an offer problem, right? Yeah. So what does that offer setup look like?
So I think it depends on it's the one thing that I've seen with my ads over the last 6 months is it's not so much about the person, it's the problem. This is old school, like, what is the problem and what is your big promise? So I think for a lot of people, they get so focused on like, oh, I need to help this niche, or this type of person or whatever it is. No, you need to have a better promise. So like, what is the promise that you're offering to the marketplace? And I think that alone will attract the right type of people. So the problem with most fitness coaches is they have this run-of-the-mill bullshit that's like, hey, I'll help you lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds, and nobody cares. So like, what is like a better promise that you could anchor to somebody that if they saw that, they would definitely be open to at least having the conversation, right? And everybody thinks that you need to run ads or do all this other stuff to make your first 5 to 10K, and you don't. Does it help? Yeah, 100%. But I really believe that enough people have enough friends or know people. Let's be real. You sell fucking fitness. Everybody wants to look and feel better. Like, that is I don't get how people can't sell fitness, because like everybody, that is like a thing that everybody wants to buy. Yeah. Like, who doesn't want to look and feel? I don't, that's why I'm in this industry. It's the easiest thing to sell. But I think most people, again, why they can't get it up in the ground, up and running, is because the offer that they create is too generic. That if they just fix the offer from the beginning and put it to the marketplace, whether that's their Facebook, profile or their Instagram or anything like that. I mean, again, perfect example, that business coach. I said, fucking, here's your new offer. Make some fucking stories. And he's like, dude, I closed, 16,000 yesterday. And I go, no shit. Like, like, surprise. So I think it really just comes back down to like, what is your offer? Why is it, the question that this is old school. What is the offer? Why is it unique or different than what I've tried in the past? And that's it. That is.
What is the offer, and how is it different than anything else, including my past?
Or including everything you've done in the past, right? Yeah. Because the one thing that I would say that I've learned over the years is nobody wants to take responsibility for why something didn't work. So one of the best strategies that I've learned, I don't even know where I got this, is that like your goal is to take the responsibility off of somebody of why the thing that they did in the past didn't work. So for example, hey, Sarah, the reason why keto didn't work for you is because of XYZ. If I had this thing, which is a new mechanism, a new process that could get you to here, would you be open to having a conversation? Right. Yep. So you're taking the blame off the fact that this didn't work in the past and you're anchoring it to something new.
Okay. So it's not your fault you keep getting on sales calls with unqualified people. It's because you didn't have a low ticket recurring business set up that generates. Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise what you're going to do is you're going to get an argument with them. Correct?
Yeah.
You're going to be
every fucking day.
Yeah, because if you're like, well, I'm getting unqualified prospects, and you're like, well, you're getting unqualified prospects because, and then you attack their business, they're going to be like, yeah, it's not. So again, it's all about how do I get you to see that the problem isn't what you think it is, it's actually this. And if you had that, then it would solve this thing. You know,
does that mean I could run an ad that says, it's not your fault you're not getting high quality sales calls because you don't have low ticket recurring? Is that like an ad right there? It sounds like it's a fucking ad right there.
I would
or a story or an email or an offer or something like that. Yeah.
I actually launched an ad today, Jeff, that said, online fitness coaches, you don't need more leads, you need a better offer. Like it just calls it out. That is the ad.
Yeah.
So, you know, it really is like, again, think about all the fitness stuff. You know, all the fitness stuff is literally repackaging shit with a different name. And then like there's something out there called Hyrox, I don't know what it is. And if you're a fitness person and you're going to yell at me, I don't really care. Dude, it's like CrossFit 2.0. It is like CrossFit 2.0, but they're like, we're Hyro X, you know, affiliate gym. Dude, it's fucking CrossFit. It's the same fucking shit. It's not anything really different. But they're like,
wait, are those the people lifting weights underwater?
No, it's just like it's CrossFit. It's just like a more triathlete. I don't know. Whoever's on here that does it, please yell at me and tell me I'm dumb and it's something different, but it's not. Right? Keto, paleo, Atkins, carnivore, all this stuff. You know, it's just like, hey, the reason why you didn't lose weight wasn't because you were eating too many carbs. It's because you weren't doing,
Yeah, because you weren't drinking enough water. Whatever the fuck.
You know, it's nobody wants to take responsibility, and it is the easiest way to take the blame off somebody, which makes them feel good about themselves that they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah. Because
everybody has a sense of guilt or shame if they've done something in the past that didn't work, that they feel like this is going to be the same thing. Right? Yeah. So it's like if you've invested into a coaching program in the past and it quote unquote didn't work for you, there's a certain guilt or shame that you have because of that decision. And if you making a new decision into any type of coaching is remotely similar to what you've done in the past, then those same fear of, you know, just our croc brain is going to protect us from making that decision again. So I have to completely show us as something completely different. Go ahead.
All right. So let's go back to that first client where you're like, you've got an organic following, you never broke 20K, and then you did 18K in a week or 50K or whatever it is, right? What was, in your words, his offer before he talked to you, the one that didn't work?
Helping fitness. So he's actually a fitness business coach. So hilarious because it's my niche. Helping fitness bitches. Fitness bitches. Fuck yeah. Fitness business coaches grow their business, or, you know, go to 20K a month, right? The typical, right? Yeah. I'll help you grow your business to 20K a month or 30K a month or whatever it is, right?
Yeah. Okay. Not that outlandish, not that standoutish. It sounds like some just generic stuff. It sounds like the equivalent of like, I'll help you lose weight in 6 weeks with, you know, weightlifting.
Correct.
Right. All right. So what is the after he worked with you? What does that sound like?
So what we realize is that most coaches are hiring other mentors or whatever, that it's a kind of what we were alluding to earlier, is that it's do this, get this. Meaning that like I have to give up my values, my beliefs, and what I stand for to do what you're telling me to do to get results. So how we essentially framed it is that he's helping people, you know, this is just my frame that I've used forever, is authentically attract their clients by stepping out of the fitness box. Or I think, what do we say? Authentically attract their clients for being who they really, something about like authentic. Right? Like he wrote an email about it and he had, I think, 1 or 2 people. I think he has like 6 calls from this email we wrote. But it's the email was just the premise of like, do you feel that you've invested into, you know, these cookie cutter programs that don't align with who you want to be and how you want to coach?
Yeah.
which is everybody, right? You hire a mentor, you hire a coach, and they're like, do this, and if you don't do it this way, then you're not going to get results.
Yeah.
So I think for him, it was just giving him permission to not have to tell people it doesn't have to be this way. So it's kind of ironic because how I helped him get out of his own box of this is how you're supposed to coach allowed him to have that permission to do it for his clients as well too.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So before it was, I'll help you grow your business with blank.
Yep.
And now it's, I'm going to help you do what with what.
I don't know if there's like a specific slogan or like a phrase, but it's. Well, let me see if I can find if we can find an Instagram bio of what we trade, right? So because we played around with it, and it's, so we called it the authentic attraction engine without trying to fit your program into a box. I think is how we worded it, right?
So then he'd figure out that core marketing message.
Yeah.
And now his job is to communicate that core marketing message to people on his email list, Instagram story, bio. Probably do it once a day, every day for 5 days in a row, right?
Yeah.
And then
because we know what the problem is. The problem is too many coaches feel like they can't be themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and that's even in my business. Like I don't give it like, whatever, fuck it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like I just don't. I am who I am. And you either like me, you don't like me, you want to work with me, you don't want to work with me. Yeah. But I'm not going to try to change the way that I coach to appease somebody else. Like that's just my style. I'm just who I am. And I think everybody's so afraid of being themselves because they're like, oh my gosh, what if fucking Karen doesn't like my fucking content and she doesn't buy from you? Yeah. Karen was never going to fucking buy from you.
Ever.
Right? She wasn't. So it's like, stop worrying about those people. Everybody's so afraid of like, oh, my sister's grandmother's dead cat is going to be upset that I made a.
Yeah.
That's what people want. And I'm just so fucking sick and tired of the coaching industry that everybody's just afraid to just be themselves. Yeah. Like I make more money when I just post fucking GIFs and screenshots of people doing stupid shit. And they're like, how the fuck does he make so much money having so much fun? And it's because I am having fun. And to the outside, you're like, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah. I think every time I do stupid Instagram memes that make fun of like Slack and irresistible offers and all that.
What was your one the other day? I was dying. It was a train station or a train, and it opened the door and there was like the cost, the CAC, the cost to acquire a client, right? You know what I'm talking about? It was like a guy opening a train door, and it said like $1,800 client or $2K client. And then, right? There's some like overweight dude that said cost to acquire client like $10,000.
Yeah, dude. So I realized that like 2024, I didn't have fun.
Yeah.
In my business, right? And I was like, man, I just like everything was great when I was having fucking fun. I was making more money, clients were better, and somehow it fucking became work. And it happened when I fucking installed Slack, by the way. So that shit's out, right?
Yeah, but I was like, this fucking Discord. I don't know what you're on now.
Yeah, you can make fun of Discord, but at least there's fucking video games on there, okay?
I hate Slack. I've never really used Slack. Everybody's like, how do you run their business? I just fucking don't. I don't.
Fucking better. Yeah, fucking better. But so like in 2024, I didn't have fun with my business.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit's it's gonna have to be more fun. So when I was in South America, I didn't open my laptop for 2 months. I was just having fun with Instagram. I started making memes all over again, which I did in the past. And every time I do a fucking meme, it's fucking hilarious. So the meme you're talking about is a dude walking into a bathroom and flexing. He's like $20,000 sale, right? And he turns over, it's this dude taking a fucking dump, and it says 18K cost per acquisition. Like that is fucking funny as shit to somebody in the industry, right? And we're getting like 20, 30 shares on this stuff. People are playing this fucking hilarious. We got one with this dude jumping off a roof, and it says like $50 cost per book call, and he slams his face into a table and says show rates. Like that, like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody's just so fucking uptight, Everybody thinks that, for you to be successful in business, it has to be done this way. Jeff, if I go back years ago, when we did $1 million, the most we've ever done, we did $1 million in 30 days, right? We were just fucking trolling people. Like,
I remember,
right? Okay. We just we were posting gifts. We're doing stupid shit. We're fucking with people, and everybody's like, what are you guys doing? And we go, we're having, like, we would do podcasts, and I would come out to like the Bulls, the Michael Jordan, pump up song.
Yeah, man.
And I'd be like, let's fucking, and people are like, what are you guys doing? And I go, we're having fun. And this is how it should be. Because there's, we can get into the woo-woo of it, but like it's an energy thing. People are just attracted to very authentic, vibrant. There's an energy about it that's contagious, right? Like if you walked into a conference and there's one guy that is just like fucking, fist pumping, ready, you're like, what the fuck is that guy? What is he doing? And you're going to go over there and he's going to draw the crowd, and that's what it is.
Yep.
Versus like the dude who's in the corner in his business suit, like, oh, I'm here for the conference, and where's my name? It's
like, dude, I didn't sign up this game for a fucking job. Thank you very much. Right?
No. Yeah, it's just like that's what I tell everybody. Everybody's just afraid to have fun. And if you don't want to work with me because I'm too fun, I don't.
How stupid does that sound?
Yeah, right? I didn't want to pay Will because he was posting gifts and it triggered me. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, but that's what I tell everybody. Just have fun. Like I was having a conversation with a lead today, and he's like, I want to grow my business to $50K a month. And I said, listen, and he goes, how much is the investment? And I said, like, I don't know. I said something about it's going to be like 4 or 5 figures. If that's too much for you to make 40K, then I don't know what we're doing here, man, because I can't fucking help you out. And he died laughing just because it's just so brutally honest and real.
Versus this like overly systematized sales process or overly systematized progress report. It's like, I didn't sign up for work to not be fun.
Yeah. Like, I actually, one of the things that I make my clients do every week is I have a trigger challenge.
Yeah.
And what I do is I'm like, who can piss off the most people this week?
Fuck you.
So everybody makes a reel, right? Yeah. And it's like, who's going to get the most fucking hate on their reel today? Yeah. And it becomes a game that they're like, I had some Karen tell me that I shouldn't be posting on Instagram, that I should be a better mom. And I go, yes, that's awesome. Like,
way to go, Jill. Yeah. Fucking fantastic.
I have like moms that are like dancing with their kids, drinking a beer, right? Something. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're a fucking terrible mom and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, and then they also have people that are like, that's fucking me. Here's $3,000.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like, go trigger some people, because the run of the mill, like, think about not that I want to get into politics, but think about politics, right? Republican, Democrat, what's in the middle? Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
Right.
Lukewarm milk toast of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're either this or you're that. And everybody's afraid. Everybody wants to be in this, I want to speak my message, but not offend people. And just
when I see Instagram bios or hooks or headlines, that I just imagine, like, I could be scrolling on Instagram saying, like, the most offensive marketer on the fucking planet, right?
Yeah.
That guy has the most attention, making the most fucking money.
Oh, who are you talking about?
Just like, I imagine this in my head, if like I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see a bio that says the most offensive marketer, that guy most likely has the most attention, making the most money, and having the most fun, right? There's a guy that big on TikTok. I think he sold it to a private equity company. He shows up on my reels. He lives in Puerto Rico. I forget his name. It's like Money Max or something like that. That's wrong. But he's a white dude with like cornrows, right? He's like ghetto rich, right? Yeah. That's his, like, he's just fucking having fun. And I'm like, damn, man, I wish I was having stupid fucking fun like that guy.
Yeah. You think about, like, are you familiar with like the Nelk Boys and all that stuff? Right? Dude,
I fucking hate them.
Like, right?
Fucking stupid motherfuckers.
They're just, it's dumb money.
Yeah.
Right? So here's what people need to understand. And I don't know, do you know who Bo Burnham is? I talked about this. He didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Attention is a new currency.
Yep.
It 100% is. It's not, years ago it used to be, it's fucking attention. If you have attention, you can sell fucking anything because, think of fucking, to a girl. What the fuck? She made a video of her talking about sucking some D and she made millions of dollars because of attention. Like that just shows you how dumb our culture is, but also just shows you the power of attention.
So do you end up doing what works, or do you end up doing what you deeply hope and want to work? How about we just do what works, have some fucking fun with it, make some offers that make a lot of sense, and stop sitting in your square bucket where you just suck ass at life and everybody hates you?
Pretty much. I don't know.
Just make memes on Instagram.
Yeah.
About irresistible offers. That's
People
it.
are like, what the fuck? You just post gifts and just whatever. I'm like, yeah, I don't whatever. Like, I just like to trigger people. I think it's fun because it just shows people that they're not okay with themselves, that they're upset because of something you posted that affected them. Like, I mean, I think it takes a lot of like internal self-work to get there. But if you're getting triggered about somebody else's success or something else somebody else is doing, then that's on you, bro. That's on you, bro.
That's on you. And I've been on both sides of the equation. So let me show you something funny. So the memes that I made on the internet, right?
Yep.
This has 57 fucking shares. Okay. Yep. I've never had 57 shares on anything. This one has, my best fucking work ever, right? Whereas like, here's how I made 25 grand. Nobody gives a fuck. 14.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like the meme of someone shoving an irresistible offer up your ass, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's fucking hilarious. It's fun. People like it. Like, why would I refuse to no longer enjoy my business, have fun, make some offers that people are interested, and then have that, I guess you could say, model where CSM guides you on a path and you pay people for their expertise. Like, yeah, of course it's going to fucking work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, people
very fucking interesting.
People overcomplicate this entire thing, right? Everybody just tries to I get it. I mean, because everybody wants to do something that's proven to work, right? So everybody's like, I have to charge this much. It has to be this way. I have to coach clients this way, and it doesn't. I mean, just figure out something different and see if it works.
Fucking love it, dude. Absolutely fucking love it. Was this the jam session we were hoping for? I think so.
I had fun. Okay. So, hey, let's do this. If you guys had an amazing fucking time today and feel that you were triggered or upset or learned something, right? I don't know, one of the three. Should we drop, what is the ass emoji? Are we still doing that? Is that
yeah, we can do.
Is that still on your Facebook thing?
It's still on my Facebook group. It's gonna be there until the day I fucking die. Okay.
But because hey, Jeff, that's what you're known. Like you did every fucking person back in the day had their, and I'm guilty of it, had my fucking Facebook group bio that's like, oh, I'm going to do these things. And you're like, I'm going to put an ass on it.
Yeah.
And people like,
yeah. So the interesting part is when we bring up like the triggering and the fun and all that, the first emotion I had with the ass was embarrassment and shame because it wasn't what I imagined and prescribed success to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like I originally put agency scaling secrets and I put it like this way. And Ball Deep, his name is Ball Deep, was like, yo, bro, your logo says ass. I'm like, bar, right? Like, how embarrassing is that? Right? I was initially restricted and wanted to stay in that like over professionalized, restricted bucket. As soon as I said, fuck, we're going to have some fun and put a butt on our logo.
Yeah.
Shot through the roof. Right? So I think it's the same thing.
It's memorable.
Yeah, man.
Jeff, you were known as the ass guy.
To this day.
Yeah.
Probably until the day I fucking die. It's going to be the ass man.
A lot of dudes know you're the ass guy.
Yo, one time I'm flying to an event. My girlfriend at the time opens up her laptop and it's at the ass group. And the guy sitting next to her goes, oh, do you know Jeff Miller? And I was like, damn, that ass man is putting in dividends. Like that logo was so iconic and continues to be, right? That people recognize it on planes and flights. And in 2025, the whole plan is just to have fucking fun again and make some offers, get some sales, and get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's it. So this was fun. Yeah, if you guys want to see this, I mean, I'm open to doing this every other week or something like that. I think this is fun just to talk about what's going on. I know a lot of people just want the realness, the rawness of what's going on. And I don't think I've seen a lot of people do that anymore. Everybody's so still uptight with their fucking professional podcasts and all. I have my microphone. Yeah. But outside of that, I got some, I don't know what's going on with my, yeah.
I cannot possibly upload this to IG Reels because it's at 480p.
Yeah.
And my color combination and color coding is not professional. Thank you very much.
Oh,
right.
Shit. By the
Oh
way,
my God.
Question for everybody. On a 1 to 10, does this look like a couch that you might have seen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You didn't even have to finish. You fucking know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun. It's a different color, but you know, you decided to upgrade. It's 100% the casting couch. Yeah.
Right. By the way, wait, hold on. Can you see? Wait.
That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse, Will. Wow.
Sorry. Hi, come into my office.
Yeah. No. I do content on the internet. I call them Zooms. You know,
Yeah, right. No,
there's like 18 men that join me every other Thursday. It's fucking easy.
Well,
They pay to do it.
Imagine if I wasn't dating, if I had to bring a new girl over, like if I wasn't in a relationship right now, and she went to my office, she'd be like,
"What is happening here?" It's like, no, it's fine. It's just a bunch of guys that pay me, and we talk about fitness. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right.
What's the awkward?
Right? I lather myself in baby oil and take selfies for Instagram, and it's
yeah. Good. You don't do that too? That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
All right.
So that's
now
it,
it's time to go.
Leave some comments, drop some hearts, do whatever. That's all we got today, Jeff. We had fun, and that's all I got. Cool, guys.
I'll see you later. Peace out, buddy.